You're doing everything right, ditching the junk food, sticking to healthier meals, and watching your portions. But when you step on the scale, nothing. No change. Frustrating, right? What if the problem isn't what's on your plate, but what's in your cup? Liquid calories are one of the biggest fat loss traps out there, sneaking into your diet and stalling your progress without you even realizing it. Unlike solid food, drinks don't fill you up the same way, so you can chug down hundreds, even thousands, of extra calories without your body noticing. And here's the kicker. A lot of so-called healthy drinks are just as bad, if not worse than soda. It's easy to overlook them because they don't seem like much, but they add up fast. And before you know it, your progress is stuck. The good news? Once you know what to look out for, you can dodge these hidden calorie bombs and make smarter choices that actually help you lose fat instead of holding you back. Let's start with one of the biggest culprits: fancy coffee drinks. A lot of people rely on their morning coffee, and that's fine. Black coffee has virtually no calories. But what happens when you start adding syrups, whipped cream, and sugary flavors? That morning pick-me-up turns into a dessert in disguise. A grande caramel macchiato? Around 250 calories and 35 grams of sugar. A white chocolate mocha? Nearly 430 calories. That's more than some fast food burgers. And if you love pumpkin spice season, a grande pumpkin spice latte sets you back 390 calories and 50 grams of sugar. That's more sugar than a can of Coke. And because liquid calories don't fill you up, you'll still be hungry afterward. But here's the good news. You don't have to give up your coffee fix to stay on track. The best way to enjoy your coffee without all the extra sugar and calories? Make it at home. Instead of relying on coffee shop drinks loaded with sugary syrups and artificial flavors, you can create a healthier, just as delicious version yourself. Start with quality coffee, brew it strong. If you like bold flavor, swap out heavy creamers for unsweetened almond, oat, or cashew milk. If you need sweetness, try a dash of cinnamon, nutmeg, or pure vanilla extract instead of flavored syrups. A teaspoon of cocoa powder can add richness without the sugar overload. Want that frothy, creamy texture? A milk frother or blender can give you that cafe-style foam without all the extra calories. For a fall-inspired twist, mix in some pumpkin puree with a bit of cinnamon and nutmeg. It gives you that pumpkin spice vibe without drowning your cup in sugar. If you're a fan of iced coffee, skip the bottled versions loaded with hidden sweeteners and make a cold brew at home. A splash of unsweetened almond milk and a sprinkle of cinnamon can give it all the flavor without the calorie bomb. By making your own coffee, you're in control. No sneaky sugar, no unnecessary calories, just great taste that supports your goals. Next, let's talk about energy drinks. They promise a quick boost, but what they really give you is a sugar crash. A 16-ounce Monster energy drink has 230 calories and 54 grams of sugar that's like drinking a bottle of soda. Rockstar isn't much better, clocking in at 250 calories and 63 grams of sugar. Even if you go for so-called healthier options like vitamin water, you're still looking at 120 calories and 32 grams of sugar per bottle. It's an energy roller coaster. Spike, crash, repeat. And in the end, you're left hungrier, more tired, and with more sugar in your system than you bargained for. If you need a real energy boost without the sugar bomb, there are better options. Sugar-free energy drinks exist, and despite the myths, they're not dangerous when consumed in moderation. And no, aspartame doesn't cause cancer. That claim has been debunked. If you like the carbonation and kick of energy drinks, go for the zero-calorie versions instead. Want a more natural alternative? Try sparkling water with added caffeine. There are plenty of unsweetened or lightly flavored options that mimic the fizz of energy drinks without the sugar overload. Another great option? Electrolyte-infused carbonated drinks. Some brands offer lightly caffeinated versions that hydrate you while giving you a little extra kick. You can also make your own. Mix sparkling water with a squeeze of citrus and a pinch of sea salt for a hydrating boost. If you want a bit more of a punch, add a small amount of natural caffeine powder or crushed caffeine tablets to create a homemade energy drink that won't wreck your progress. The key is getting that energy kick without loading up on unnecessary sugar and calories. Now, here's a surprising one. Store-bought smoothies. A smoothie sounds like a great healthy choice, right? But many pre-made smoothies are packed with hidden sugars. A small Jamba Juice mango. 400 calories and 90 grams of sugar. That's like eating 4 donuts. Even seemingly natural options, like a Naked Green Machine smoothie, pack 270 calories and 63 grams of sugar. Why? Because most bottled smoothies strip away fiber, leaving you with pure sugar that spikes blood sugar and causes cravings later. The biggest issue? These smoothies are marketed as nutritious when they're really just glorified juice with a health halo. A lot of them use fruit concentrates instead of whole fruit, and some even add extra sugar on top of that. The result? You think you're making a smart choice, but you're just drinking another sugar bomb that leaves you hungry again an hour later. The solution? Make your own smoothies at home, where you control exactly what goes in. Start with frozen berries or any low-sugar fruit like raspberries or blackberries. Add a scoop of protein powder to keep you full, a dollop of Greek yogurt for creaminess, and some unsweetened almond or coconut milk to keep it light. If you want extra texture, throw in some chia seeds or ground flax seeds for fiber. Need a bit of sweetness? A small amount of vanilla extract or a dash of cinnamon can do the trick without the sugar overload. Homemade smoothies give you all the benefits: fiber, protein, real nutrition, without the unnecessary calories and sugar spikes. Plus, they taste just as good, if not better, than anything you'd buy pre-made. Enjoying this so far? If you're serious about making better choices, hit that subscribe button. Then we have fruit juices, and this one catches a lot of people off guard. A glass of orange juice has around 160 calories and 36 grams of sugar, not much different from soda. Apple juice? 180 calories and 42 grams of sugar. Even so-called healthy pomegranate juice can have 250 calories per glass. The problem? Juice removes fiber, making it easy to overconsume. You wouldn't eat 5 oranges in one sitting, but you'd drink them in juice form. Juice is often marketed as a natural, vitamin-packed choice, but without fiber to slow down digestion, it sends sugar straight into your bloodstream. This leads to energy spikes followed by crashes, leaving you hungrier than before. Even no-sugar added juices aren't much better. They still contain high amounts of natural sugars from fruit, but without the balancing effect of fiber. And let's be real, most store-bought juices aren't made from fresh fruit. Many are from concentrate, meaning they've been processed, stored for months, and often reconstituted with water and additives. If you love fruit, the best option is to eat it whole. You'll get all the vitamins, minerals, and fiber that keep you full. But if you really want a juice-like drink without the sugar overload, try blending whole fruit with water and ice for a refreshing, fiber-rich alternative. Another great option? Infused water. Slice up oranges, lemons, or berries, and let them sit in water for a few hours. You'll get a light, naturally flavored drink with zero added sugar. If you still enjoy juice occasionally, go for small portions and pair it with a meal that has protein and healthy fats to slow digestion. But for daily hydration, skip the store-bought juice and go for real whole foods instead. Alcohol is another sneaky source of calories, and it's not just about what's in the glass, it's about what happens after you drink. A single beer has 150 to 250 calories. A glass of red wine around 125, and cocktails? A margarita can hit 500 calories, and a piña colada easily tops that with all the sugary mixers. But the problem isn't just the drink itself, it's what comes with it. You've probably heard people say alcohol is nothing but empty calories. That's not exactly true. Unlike soda or juice, alcohol isn't just sugar, it actually has a metabolic impact. Your body prioritizes breaking down alcohol before anything else, temporarily shutting down fat burning. So while you're sipping that cocktail, your body is delaying fat loss, storing more of the food you eat as fat instead of using it for energy. That's why regular drinking can quietly slow your progress, even if you're eating clean the rest of the time. And then there's the food factor. Ever notice how pizza, fries, or an entire bag of chips suddenly seem like the best idea after a few drinks? Alcohol lowers inhibitions, making you more likely to go overboard on snacks you'd normally avoid. One night out can easily turn into an extra 1,000 plus calories without you even realizing it. And we can't forget milk and dairy-based drinks. Whole milk is calorie-dense, 150 calories per cup. That might not seem like much, but if you're drinking multiple servings a day, those calories add up fast. Then there's chocolate milk, 200 calories, and 24 grams of sugar per cup, turning what seems like a protein-packed drink into a sugar-loaded dessert. And if you grab a bottled Starbucks Frappuccino, that's 290 calories and 45 grams of sugar, basically a milkshake in disguise. The problem with dairy-based drinks isn't just the calories, it's how easily they can become a hidden source of excess sugar and fat. Flavored milk, fancy lattes, and pre-made coffee drinks often contain syrups, sweeteners, and thickeners that push the calorie count even higher. Even healthier versions like vanilla almond or oat milk can be loaded with added sugars if you're not careful. But if you enjoy milk, there are easy ways to make better choices. Unsweetened almond milk, cashew milk, or oat milk are all much lower in calories, usually around 30 to 50 calories per cup, without sacrificing that creamy texture. If you need a protein boost, unsweetened soy milk is a solid option, with protein levels closer to dairy milk but fewer calories. And if you're a fan of chocolate milk, you can make a lower-calorie version at home by mixing unsweetened cocoa powder with almond milk and a dash of vanilla extract. Dairy doesn't have to be off-limits, but it's important to choose wisely. Sticking to unsweetened versions and being mindful of portion sizes can help you enjoy it without letting it quietly add hundreds of extra calories to your day. And then there's soda. But let's be real, do I even need to explain this one? Everyone knows it's bad. It's basically liquid sugar with bubbles. A can of Coke? 140 calories and 39 grams of sugar. A large bottle? You're better off eating an entire cake at that point. Nobody is drinking soda thinking it's a health drink, yet somehow, it still finds its way into people's daily routines. If you're still drinking regular soda, you already know what you need to do, drop it. If it's the carbonation you love, swap it for sparkling water with lemon, lime, or even some crushed berries. If you need that little hit of sweetness, add a splash of 100% fruit juice. And if you're a diet soda fan, don't worry, no. Aspartame isn't secretly out to get you. At the end of the day, soda is the easiest thing to cut out, because, let's be honest, you don't need it. It's not filling, it doesn't give you energy, and the only thing it's doing is making fat loss harder. So do yourself a favor, put the bottle down, and grab something better. Now that you know where all those sneaky liquid calories are coming from, what's the one drink you're guilty of having too often? Be honest, drop it in the comments. And if you've already made the switch to better options, let me know your go-to low-calorie drink.